Hello students, in this video we will learn about function overloading. Now I hope you remember that polymorphism is one of the features of Java. Now let us learn what is polymorphism. The ability of an entity to exhibit different behavior depending upon the context in which it is used is termed as polymorphism. Poly means many, morphism means shape. By means of function overloading, the same function name can be associated with different definitions. Depending upon the parameters used to call the function, the decision regarding the function to be called at runtime is made by the compiler automatically. So till now you had done program where you were using different distinct names for the different functions that you were using. But in function overloading, using the same name, you can do multiple functions or multiple operations. Now, let us understand with the help of an example. Now, suppose this is a program which says that you have to design a class area to overload a function area. Now, mind it, class area is different from function area because this A is in capital A, and as you know, Java is case sensitive, so it will treat this as something different. And here, area is the function name that is to be used. All the functions you can see are having the same name, area, but you can see that they are used for different purpose. Now the first area, it is used to find the area of a scalene triangle, and it has three double parameters. The second function area is used to find the area of a trapezium, and it is taking three integer parameters. And the third function area is to find the area of a rhombus, and it is taking two double parameters. So you can see all the three of them have the same name area, but they have a different parameter list. That is, here we have three double values, here we have three integer values, and here in the third area function we have two double values, and they are used for three different purpose also. So you can see this is a question of function overloading. So when we'll be using function overloading, you can see based on the function signature, they are differentiated. They have the same function name, but based on the parameter list and the return type, they are differentiated. With the help of some program, we will understand it. You can see here it's a program, classes, display overload. You can see the first show is taking one character, and it will print that one character. In the second show function, you can see it is taking two characters and it will print two characters. So when in the main method, I'm using my call by value method, you can see when I pass one character value, so the first show function having one character parameter, it will be called. And when I call for my show with two parameters or two arguments, then you can see it will call the function which has got two parameters in its parameter list, two character parameters. So based on the parameter list, you can see this is a example of function overloading with the help of where we differentiate with the help of the number of characters, number of parameters in the parameter list. Here the data type of both the parameter list is the same, but the number of parameters is different. So they have the same name, but differentiating on the parameter list, they are called. We go for the next function, class, where you can see with the help of the sequence of the data type in the parameters. Here you can see I'm using character first and integer next in my first show function, and in my second function I put integer first and character in the second. So it will be two different. So the sequence is different. So over here when it will call the show where I have first character and then the integer. So you can see the first show function, this function will be executed or it will be called. And when I call for my second show function where I first pass an integer value and then character value, so the second show function having first integer and then character will be called. So this is how you call for function overloading. Let us now see a program based on function overloading. Now you can see the question says that a class named as area, capital A area. So it is different from the function area that I'm using. So I'm using my function overloading to compute the area of parallelogram, rhombus and the trapezium. So I'm using, here you can see, three functions named as area. The first one is to find the area of the parallelogram, the second is to find the area of rhombus, and the third to find the area of the trapezium. Now you can see both parallelogram and rhombus, they are having two parameters. So for that reason, I have just changed the data type of the parameters. So my first function area will take two integer data type parameters, and my second area function will take two double data type parameters, and the third one will take three double type parameters. So you can see clearly that there is a difference. Now all of them are returning the same double value. There is no issues, but they can be differentiated based on the parameter list. As the first area, that is for the parallelogram, it has two integer data type parameters. The second area has two double data type parameters, and the third area function has three data type, three double data type parameters. And down you can see all of them are returning values to the main method. So in the main method, I'm creating an object and I'll be calling to them in the sequence by sequence. I have used for parallelogram, I'll accept the base and the height. Then I'll call for the method area with the help of my object. You can see over here, it will be called and the value, the area will be displayed to me. Then it will go on to accept the value of the first diagonal and the second diagonal of the rhombus. Then the second function area will be called, where two double values will be passed, and after the value will be printed, then I'll accept the parallel side, two parallel side and the height of the trapezium in the double data type, and then again call for my area method and the value will be printed. So let's see how the program comes. You can see, I'll just run the program. So first it is asking to me integer values I have to pass. So I have passed my integer values. So I got my area of the parallelogram. Then it is asking me for the diagonal. I'll give it in double format. Then it's asking me, so I get the value, the area of the rhombus. Then I have to enter the values of the trapezium. So after entering, I get the area of the trapezium. So this is how the function overloading works. Same method name, but they can be differentiated based on the function signature. So if by chance here your parameter lists are the same, you can differentiate them with the help of a return type also. You can use a different return type, you can use void and use int over here. You can also make difference with the help of the return type also. So this is what about function overloading. So let's now learn or understand what is the advantage of function overloading. Now function overloading is the process of defining functions or methods within a class that have the same name but differ in the number and or the data types of the argument. Advantage of function overloading is, function overloading is one of the ways in which Java implements the object-oriented concept of polymorphism. With function overloading, programmers don't have to create and remember different names for function, doing the same thing for different data type. Now, since we were finding the area of three sheets, so the name area is common for all of them. So we have used them in function overloading. So this is about functional overloading. Hope you have understood about it. Thank you, children.